So, hey y'all, it's Nandi. Oops, I left it. Welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be doing this a little bit unconventional. Like, it's not gonna be so specific to the web camera setup where hold on. The web camera setup where I just hold on, this is uncomfortable. Where you're only sitting inside of your room streaming or something. Like, I feel like, I'm gonna take advantage of the sunlight and the lighting I've got right now and just stream a little bit. As you can see, I'm outside on a sunny ass August day. It's feeling nice outside. I'm enjoying the weather. Face looking clear. It's fresh face as fuck. You know what I mean. I just felt like getting on, on some sort of, I didn't want to be on social media. Like, I didn't want to go live on Instagram and just, talk about some things I just came upon scrolling through social media. But I just seen this post about, like, it's from, I guess, somebody that was on one of these follow trains that I did on Instagram, right? You know how people be like, gain followers, put whatever emojis and add everybody that likes it. And so sometimes, I catch myself in one of those moves, like, oh, I could, see what this follow train's gonna do. See who pops up on my follows, who likes my little comment under their major post. And so I did that, right? Like a few weeks ago, probably. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. I've been getting more and more people liking my post from 2 weeks ago. That's besides the point. And so I go to somebody's page, some non-binary, and they have this post. You know how you just like scroll through, see what the fuck the people is up to when they're on, like through their day, like their average day, just to see what someone's on, what they're about, because I do filter people before I add them. Like, I filter through everybody. I go through your page for as long as a month or two back. Man, I might go back to like my birthday month. Like, you never know what kind of mood I'm in to see who is who, because I don't just be wanting to add any old body. I can't befriend any old body. I can't talk to any old body. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making sure that not any old body ends up on my page. Like, I don't need no motherfucking spies on my shit trying to make sure that they know what I'm up to. I don't need nobody trying to lurk, creep around me with ideals that don't have no place paralleling with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't see eye to eye, and at least, the baseline shit that I feel would have us connect, then, like, what's really the point? Like, I don't want to stare at your shit and be mad every time you post something. And frankly, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, I really don't care. Apparently, you can't curse on YouTube. But it's a little bit different than Twitter. Twitter's a fucking free-for-all. Excuse me. It's a free-for-all. At least to Twitter, but and everything else. Like, I'm gonna have to speak completely and entirely different for certain videos or certain new social outlets. So it's like I gotta censor myself now. Me and censorship don't get along. Let's just put it like that. But so, like I said, I filter through everybody just to make sure that I don't end up adding somebody that I find suspect, you know, because I don't want y'all in my DMs trying to talk to me, you know, acting all friendly and cool, and then all fucking sudden he was a, you know, like a white supremacist or some shit, you know, or you're prejudiced. I ain't got time, you know, like if you don't like me for me baseline, you know, I'm multi-ethnic, I'm a lesbian, I'm black, I'm Latina, you know, those are just right off the bat from gate, you know what I'm saying? Like who I am as a person, you know, my own makeup, you know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. I go by she, her, you know what I'm saying? And I don't click with certain prejudices, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't click with certain prejudices. So that's why I'm real careful about who I associate with, because some people be prejudiced and you don't even know that shit. Like you don't even be knowing until it's too late and it's already in your face. So that's why I'm very mindful of whose company I keep and who I'm added online, because you don't know who you added online unless you figure it, you know, you can take some time to figure it out. Not everybody on first click, first follow is someone you actually wanted to follow. I found that out not too long ago, to be honest. I had followed somebody that seemed cool. I feel like they had probably posted, like for a little while I was only posting people that had Black Lives Matter in their bios, because I felt like for the occurrences of the time, like, you know, if you can't be down with that, like all these big businesses, corporations, entrepreneurs, CEOs, etc., are all getting on, you know, and supporting and expanding the movement and their solidarity with the movement. Like if you can't get with that, you know, in these times, especially when it relates to me, you know, as a black woman, as a Latina, advocates for, you know, social justice. If you can't get with that, then what do we need to talk about? Like, for real, what are we talking about? There's really no reason. I'm not, you know, interested. Like, we can't see the eye to eye on that, you know, even as a sibling. You know, I got a brother myself, brother. Like, a lot of this is direct, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've got a direct relation to the climate of today. And so I feel like if you don't, you know, if you don't have that within you to recognize what's going on and to have some sort of relation or relativity to social justice climaxes, then I don't understand why we need to talk, or why I need to like you or like a picture of yours when you're over here either self-hating or promoting racial hatred. And there's no reason for me to have you on my page, because that's not what I'm about, and that's not what I'm trying to let slide. So yeah, I'm filtering through my page and I come across somebody that I thought was about that shit, but through one of his posts I seen that it was very much the opposite. And so I seen that post so fast. As soon as I seen it, like seconds later, I was on his page and unfollowing like I never, you know, turned around on somebody before. Like I tell you, like I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that. I'm not with any of that anti-Black Lives Matter protesting bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not with that character. I'm not with that agenda. I'm not with any of that. So, like I said, since then I've been filtering and making sure I screened and scanned everybody that's trying to get on my page. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll follow isn't a validation for me. So, I can follow, unfollow as I choose. But yeah, as I was screening today, I seen a lady's post, and she was talking about how she didn't understand how people that say you don't deserve love if you're insecure. And so I seen that post. I knew it had a thread to it, so I clicked on the thread, right? And they're saying that people are basically, you hear my list, basically saying that people that have insecurities are insecure, basically don't love themselves, so they make the people that feel insecure about themselves feel worthless. And I was just like, oh, this is a thread. Like, nah, I'm trying to read this. Like, what y'all got to say about it for real? Because, you don't really hear about those things in common, everyday conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always interested in some argument or debate about some of these issues, especially when it comes to, giving and receiving love. And I was like, okay, like really, now I'm interested, like, what's y'all views on that? And someone, like, there's a lot of people that posted on there. I didn't read every comment, of course, since it's like my first time seeing y'all. I didn't feel I needed to be as nosy as I could have been. I'd be so nosy sometimes on these posts. I'd be like, what everybody had to say. The thread's over. Like, damn, I don't read through a whole thing. Like, everybody's subtweets, subtweets, fucking, like, everything. I read through it all. Read through those that are making remarks against the post, everything. I read through all that. If it's available to me, I can read it. If it's available to me and I can read it, I'm gonna read it. So I was just going through the tweets, the ones that I found interesting or that like piqued my interest generally. So I seen it, and I was just thinking, like, that is kind of, like, it's a difficult topic of conversation. Like, individuals talking about love and who's what am I trying to say? Like, who deserves love? Who's deserving of love? You know what I'm saying? And I find it that a person that's supposedly loving, right? This is what I came with. I was like, a person that's supposedly loving, let's say you find it within yourself that you call yourself a loving character, that, your love can extend. Like, love's supposed to be like unbound with like no restriction, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's it called? Unconditional. So I'm saying, like, how is it that someone that's finding themselves supposedly to be so loving, overwhelmed in themselves with a love to give, because love doesn't stay within yourself. It's not like you hoard love from everyone, like, love's supposed to be free flowing, right? As I say. However the belief goes. Like, how someone that's supposedly an unconditional lover is not able to extend their love to somebody who has an insecurity. Like, virtually, your love is conditional based on how the person's love for themselves was built. So I'm thinking that since somebody whose love is completely separate from your own, you know what I'm saying? They went through their own things, they lived their own life, they made their own decisions, whatever goods and bads of their choices happened. That's how, or like, not even choices, you know what I'm saying? Just in general, however their love is being built right now, and however, whatever small insecurity that they have within themselves. Like, how is their love, how is the person's love that's the unconditional lovers dependent on an entirely different person's love, like love for themselves, love for others, like expression of love. Like, how is yours dependent on theirs? So it's like, if you don't find enough love within somebody else, then you can't extend your love. Like, your love for them doesn't cross a certain border. Like, how does your love stop at the gate? You know what I'm saying? stop at the gate of an insecurity. And how are you able to tell somebody that, you know, you're undeserving of love because you're insecure? Like, insecure people don't need love. So also, you don't believe that they should find love within themselves, that they should take the journey on finding a self-love or self-security, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like small avenues in finding love is finding what within yourself you've got to be loved. I mean, not everybody's gonna love themselves as a whole. Some people love themselves depending on what they can do, you know, how they interact every day, how other people look at them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know, there are components in love where you know, your love is like a justification and validation, and your love for yourself comes from hyper validation and shit like that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, two separate creations of love. The unconditional lover somehow finds that loving you is what, like, too difficult for them? Like, I didn't understand that. I mean, just in the concept that insecure people don't deserve love. Like, I don't get that. Like, so you're not the love that somebody else needs then, right? Let's put it like that. Like, if yours is dependent on certain variables about a character, then, like, analyze what kind of love you've got to give in the first place before you start trying to make people feel like trash and worthless because y'all's loves wasn't built the same way. Like, nobody's love is built the exact same way. Nobody's. You could have siblings in a household and generations down, and nobody's love is gonna look identical. It's not like you go to a family and everybody's got the same love to fucking give. Somebody's love may be an outpouring of just, you know, love you, love you, love you. And other people's loves could be like, I got you a gift once every fucking blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, love isn't even expressed in the same way. Like, you've got different love languages. You've got different ways. Like, love isn't even a performance. Like, you don't have to perform love. That's the problem. Like, I feel like everybody thinks that love is such a performance. Like, look at the performance of love around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they're talking about God's love or love from the Creator, whoever, love is like, there's so many different ways to express a love for somebody, love in general. You know, like, if there's different kinds of love, there's like love for your siblings versus love for your children versus love for your parents versus love for yourself versus love for like a significant other. Like, they're not all the exact same expression. They're not all about to be expressed the same way, and they don't all have to be expressed the same way from a person either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not all the same gestures. So I don't know. Love's, of course, complicated, but I just thought that was, you know, pretty interesting to hear about. And I feel like I find myself thinking about love in certain situations. I'll be like, I mean, I also don't feel like I need to be well read on love or just be in so many numerous loving situations for me to have my own idea on what love is and how to express it from myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's way too complicated. It's not like way too complicated, but it's not identical to nobody the fuck else. You know, like, it's not something that you can just see and be like, there it go right there. Like, in the exact same way over and over and over again. You know? Like, I just don't feel that love is like this constant validation cycle. Like, I don't feel like that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so people can validate you. That's cool if you like it, whatever if you don't. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's love. You know? Like, I don't know. It's not as simple or simplicity as possible. But I still don't feel like people that consider themselves lovers should be outcasting others because they're insecure. I find Like, your love to me is shallow. Like, that's just shallow. Like, you're shallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you are gonna interpret that they're not capable of loving themselves, so why should I love you? Because if you want somebody else to love you, you got to love yourself first. I mean, that's good and great and all, but lots of loves can be built with each other and on each other. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how it's just one idea of love can just ostracize based on insecurity. So for me personally, I wouldn't feel that that's a love that I'm looking for or looking to connect with. I would more than likely just steer myself out of that one direction. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the idea I bring to the table when it comes to love, you know? And so I'm also not a person that feels that when it comes down to the conversation on love, you have to be an expert to have it. It's like in today's day and age, I feel like it's just this exceptional idea of love for conversation only. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have some exceptional understanding of what's supposed to be a really simple but complex feeling inside of us. Like, it's a feeling, a gesture, emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. But I don't want to take this too far. I just wanted to talk about how I seen that post and I thought it was interesting. And I've definitely had an idea on that before and reflected on stuff like that before. So I just thought I'd bring that up. You know, I don't know. I feel like love something that's common to be spoke on, and how it's formed in people shouldn't really be judged, you know, because you can unlearn and learn and strengthen your ideas and like the love you've got to give. Like, if you can strengthen the love you've got to give, then you can strengthen the love that's inside of you. So I'm just wondering. But yeah, that's it for my little commentary on what I saw today. I thought it was interesting. Figured, you know, why not share? Somebody else may find this interesting too. But yeah, peace out. Thanks for listening.